And
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, here's a man who's worried about death every night. He's worried about starvation. He's worried about freezing to death. And in the article, he said he's very content with the way he's living. He said that he enjoys being alone for some time. He enjoys the solace. He enjoys the atmosphere. It doesn't bother him. And here we are living in the lap of comfort, and we find it to be disagreeable. Right?
Testing 1, testing 2, testing 3, testing 4, testing 5, testing 6, testing 7, testing 8, testing 9, testing 10.
Do I have my sweater on? Yeah. The mini? What?
Cut!
God.
Cut! Save the film. Save the tape.
Where's your car? Where is your car?
Walking.
Walking to the place? No car?
No.
No car.
No. He said, I'm back at what I should be doing. Right now, I brought some additional photographs, and the one that's on the floor, I was going to use, but I'm not really that interested in using the ones on the floor anymore. Because I brought some additional ones that I really want to use. So the ones on the floor will no longer be a part of the collection. So when I put them on the floor, they generally collect debris on the bottom, and the emotion is very sensitive. So what I'm going to have to do is to be very careful and pick them up and
and put them back to back.
Who is the singer?
Huh?
Who is this singer?
That's Sarah Vaughan. That was taken in 1959 at Birdland.
You heard of Sarah Vaughan? Of course not.
No, I heard the name, but I don't know what the music.
Jazz singer. Beautiful. She's like a foxy lady singing foxy music.
This is the Korean lady?
Yeah.
Who is she?
She was a prostitute that worked the Bowery. I had an outdoor exhibit on the fence, and I was hanging out in the car. So she came by and opened up the door and looked that way.
You know her?
No.
Great. Why this one is not going to be on? The prostitute.
I have more.
More of her?
No. I have better images of situations, so I want to take away the weaker images and put up the stronger images.
You don't like to use subtitles? You don't like to use subtitles?
Not necessarily, no.
I know it's important, but I haven't gotten into that. Never was into the fact of doing that. People want everything to be named. How could you name a billion situations individually?
Let me show you what I'm dealing with now. It's working?
Yeah.
This is what I'm dealing with.
Down.
No.
I'm the photographer, and you're the object.
That's what I'm dealing with. Make no mistake.
Do you like this space?
Yeah.
It's a nice space, it's
It
different.
fits what I want to do. It's perfect. It's not public. It's not, you have to make an effort to get here. And then when you get here, it all changes your reality. Boom! There it is. Have you ever seen a photo exhibit like this? That's what I like doing. Okay. You can stop doing it now. Save it now. Okay, cut. Cut.
No, you're confused, I'm the director.
But you're using up valuable time on the tape for the real situation. This is not important. We got that. Okay.
program myself in so it becomes automatic on my hand. And then keep track of what I'm doing. You very interesting.
Maybe you go with me to shoot in Harlem.
Huh?
Maybe you come with me to shoot in Harlem.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. As soon as I get everything out of the way, then I can focus in on you. Right now it's like, I have to keep this thing going. It'd be a nice vacation.
Harlem?
No, just hanging out with you. This is a hole into the future. I have to leave this like this. This is like the hole in the future. This is the real art of the space. This contains the soul of this space here. If this was painted in, they would lose the energy. This way the energy comes in and goes out. So it keeps the space like that all the time. But I'm allowed to cover it up. You have been caught by a fish. Caught you. I caught a big fish. Oh, oops, got away. This is the line I use to hang the shut, and you were caught up in it. So that always reminds me of what happens to fish line when it's left in the ocean and the fish get caught up in it and they struggle to get out of it, can't understand what's wrong. You know, it's true about females. I can see why they don't allow females in sacred places. You disrupt the energy flow. So some religious things, say women's not allowed. Now I understand. What are you for? What are you doing? Need a umbilical cord. Without a umbilical cord, you cannot survive. Always hooked into the umbilical cord. Without the umbilical cord, what's going to happen to the human race? Could the human race survive without a umbilical cord? In other words, at what point that we will no longer need sex, or we will no longer need the female? Right now, we no longer need the male. The male is obsolete now. Don't need it no more. We have artificial insemination. Get out of here. Then I can take the line straight down, so there'd be no real problem. At the same time, I also got a measurement. See, I've already worked these problems out beforehand at the gallery. Because I always realized at some point I'll be able to do this in another space. And the thing is, to be able to work out the problems before you actually do it in a foreign space. Unfortunately, I had the gallery to work out the formulas. Most artists with spaces never even consider using their space as an exhibit platform in order to figure out how best to present their work. So I had to come up with this here formula here, because the first formula I had simply did not work. Because what I'm doing
pieces on the bottom here is the problem I was having with the overall presentation, whereby as the weather changes in terms of humidity, the photographs either contracted or they looked the right way. So when it was dry out, there's less humidity, they went like that, and it looked so ridiculous. And then when I was given the idea of having a show, I realized I couldn't show them that way. I had to figure out a better way of keeping them from moving. So that's when I came up with this idea of putting a straight line down and then having the line, or rather the line itself, hold the photographs in place. It was a perfect idea. So now I've got a chance to actually do a full execution of this idea. Now, as far as having this many photographs up, most people can't accept the idea of so many images, but it's not really about that. It's more of an installation. I've always found myself doing installations, even with other people's work, when I put their work up. I would select, say, 10 photographers. I would look at each piece and figure out how to position it so that when people came in, they kind of like read a story. Then they got down to the end of the story. Then they realized they had missed something. Then they had to go back. Now they begin to look. Now they begin to look. So by placing it in such an abstract way, there's interesting things for everybody. Not just that person or that person or that person, but for everybody out there. So there's something in there that somebody's going to miss, that they know they missed, they're going to have to go back and look at again. Whereas it's just one boom, 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 boom. It doesn't really work. People go like this. And they go on. They don't realize what they've seen. So they put up all kind of interesting things in all these different areas where they have to remember something. And that's the idea for this kind of presentation, because it's more about boom, 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 sequential things. Life is not one single image. Life is a multitude of images. And this is like images that covers all kinds of areas, all kinds of different techniques, all kinds of different languages. Sometimes I like the pure aesthetic image, you know, like, And then other times like hardcore documentary. Oh, I like to be inspired. I love being inspired. So I rely on the outside world to give me inspiration. And it comes in various forms. Now it's just about having a show and putting it together. I think that's the key experience. It's just like being a photographer and yet to be able to the darkroom and be able to produce an image and then get to the point of producing real nice images. That's the true appreciation of being not just say a photographer, but a creative artist. You're able to like shape the idea, then getting other people to appreciate what you accomplish. So this is the first time I've brought this idea to the public. In this location, Worcester Street, Soho, how many people would just die to have a show here? And here I am, lucky individual, this magnificent space. And my work fits so perfectly in here. I mean, it's like I couldn't go no place else. No, it's impossible. So this is a great opportunity for the world to really look at what I do. But sadly enough, they won't. This is only available to a limited few people.
The only record that will be available to the world for the future is essentially the document that's happening now. I am now 65 years old. Who knows? When I turned 50, I told myself, what have you to worry about now? Well, you have to worry about your health and being able to survive. So far, my health has held up. So far, I've been able to survive. And beneath all of that, I got actively, aggressively in doing what I should be doing, mainly my photographic skills, putting them out there. And now, 15 years later, this is the results of all of that. Being able to put it up on the wall